What is happening, YouTube? I tested positive for COVID-19 and this is my experience. So yeah, YouTube, today is Monday, April 12th, and I tested positive for COVID-19 last night. So on Sunday, April 11th, I got the text message. We'll go through all that. I'm just going to start talking about like exactly when I started to feel sick, what type of symptoms I had, what I then done as soon as I started to feel sick. And then I'm just going to go through like exactly what I have to do now and how long I have to isolate and stuff. It's been a really shitty last 24 hours, like finding out I have COVID and stuff. But I just thought, you know what, like when life gives you lemons, you may as well make lemonade. So I thought I'd vlog it. Yeah, and just tell people about my experience. I'm sure a lot of people watching this have already had COVID-19 and have went through it and dealt with it. So yeah. Hopefully if someone else is going through COVID and they see this, maybe this video will give you some help. I don't know, but anyway, I'm going to vlog it, put it on YouTube, and we'll see what happens. So basically, today's Monday, and on Friday morning, I woke up. Do you ever get when you wake up and you know, like, straight away there's something wrong, that you're sick? Like, before my eyes had even opened up fully and I was fully awake, I just knew I was sick. Like, I was shivery, I was hot. I was hot. I was, like, hot and cold, so I was, like, sweating, but I was, like, really shivering. And my whole body just ached, like I was in agony, like from head to toe, every muscle hurt. And I just knew straight away something was right. I knew I was sick. So I lay in bed for about an hour, just kind of weighing up how sick I was. And then I was like, no, I'm really sick, I've got a fever. Like, I wasn't really sick, in fairness, I take that back. Like, I wasn't dying, but I knew I was sick. In my head, I was like, oh, if this was pre-COVID, I'd probably just get up and get on with my day, as people used to do when they were, before COVID, when they were sick, they just used to get on with it. That's what I used to do as a kid. I know my parents as a kid, the rule was if I didn't go to school, then I wasn't allowed outside at night to play with my friends out in the street, to play football or whatever. So there would be times I'd have went into school sick because I knew it wasn't worth it, because there had been times I said I was sick, and then all my friends would get back from school, and then my mum and dad wouldn't let me go out to play with them. So in my head, that stuck with me throughout my whole life. And now, then I just started to go into school, even if I did feel a bit sick. So then when I got home from school, I could just play with my friends. Because I had FOMO from a young age. I hated not being able to go outside. But anyway, so I knew I was sick. I knew I had to do something about it. I knew I had to get a test. So I started Googling what should I do. I realised I had to book a test. I originally booked a test for Monday. This is on the Friday morning. Now, I was a bit gutted, to be honest. I thought I'd be able to get a test that day, but there was nothing until the Monday. And then a few hours later, a friend texted me just to let me know that there was a pop-up site happening in Banff, and they were going to be doing 100 tests per day over the weekend, on Saturday and Sunday. So I quickly logged on to my phone. I missed all the Saturday appointments, but I was able to get a test early Sunday morning. I think 10 a.m. on Sunday morning. So I isolated all day Friday, all day Saturday. Sorry, so I had a bad day on the Friday. Actually, I hardly left bed. I've got a friend, Mark Cunningham, back home, and when he has a hangover, he doesn't leave bed the whole day the next day. He literally doesn't wake up. He sleeps his whole hangover away. I've always been jealous of it. But yeah, so I done a Marky Cunningham. I lay in bed all day. I must have slept like pretty much 80% of the day of the way. But I woke up on the Saturday feeling good, honestly. Like, maybe not 100% because I had a rough day on the Friday. And on the Friday night, I was sweating quite a bit at night. And normally when I sleep, I don't really sweat, but I knew I was like sweating, but I was still quite cold, so I thought that was weird. But on the Saturday, as I was saying, I woke up, felt fine. I felt actually quite fresh. So in my head, I was kind of thinking, oh, maybe I don't have COVID, you know, like, surely COVID like would be a bit more harsher. And I've had flus in the past, and I've been sick in the past, where I've been way, way sicker. So in my head, I was kind of, oh, maybe I was just run down, maybe I'm fine. Maybe I don't have COVID. But anyway, I was just isolating. I had my test on Sunday, so I was like, I'll find out then. Sunday morning comes, I walk down to the test site, which was in downtown Banff. I have no other way of going. I'm not going to ring a taxi man and put him through my symptoms, and I don't have a car, so I just walked. Obviously wore a mask, socially distant, didn't bump into anyone, so it was all good. Went to this here test centre. You want to see this fan? It was like the most dodgy looking fan. I've actually got footage of me getting my test, so I'll run the clip. In here to get a COVID test in this here really scary looking van with no windows. If you're going to catch COVID, you're going to catch it in the van while you're getting a test for it. Look at it. scary looking van. I don't really want to go inside, like, but looks like I have to. Hi, how are you?
Sorry.
My name's Connor.
Connor and last?
Compston.
Yeah. Compston. Okay, perfect. So what we'll do, I'll try to seat your requisition up towards the top since you don't have a...
Okay, cool. Thank you. I appreciate it.
No worries.
And to get a COVID test here. Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you? Are you Connor?
I'm Connor, yeah.
Okay. I tried calling you 3 times.
Oh, private number. Well, if you test like 100 people, how many of them have COVID roughly?
Depends, because yesterday it was only not like maybe less than 10% of what we did.
Okay.
It was 9% of the people we tested yesterday
Yeah.
were positive.
Okay.
Yeah.
9%.
Yeah.
Kind of like them odds.
Gotta clean the whole thing after you're gone anyway, so.
Yeah. This year, if you're gonna catch COVID anywhere, it looks like you'll catch it in here. No windows.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Looks scary from the outside.
I know, hey? If you're ready, you're gonna tilt your head back.
Okay.
Perfect. Take a deep breath for me, and 1, 2, 3. Great job. 3, 2, 1. All done.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
What do you think?
Uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable? Was it as bad as people say it is?
No, people are talking about it touching your brain and stuff. So it wasn't that bad, but yeah, I didn't like it.
Yeah, not great, but could be worse,
Yeah.
right? So the next one we'll do here is your throat swab.
Okay.
You're gonna open your mouth as wide as you can for me. Great job. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. That's that.
Okay.
Do you want me to give you some hand sanitizer before you go?
Yes please. Why not? But yeah, I got my test. Big shout out to the 2 nurses in there. I'm not gonna say their names. I know one of their names, but I'm not gonna say them just in case. But yeah, they're doing God's work. I give them a card on YouTube, so they might be watching this. I don't know, but you're doing God's work, girls. They've been doing this for like the last 8 months, I think they were saying. But yeah, they're the real MVPs. Thanks so much. The whole testing thing went flawlessly. Like, it went really, really smoothly. You just made it really easy. So thank you very much for that. But the girl told me that if I didn't receive a phone call by the end of the day, that I was more than likely negative. But I wouldn't get a negative. It would take maybe 2 or 3 days to get a negative result. But a positive result, I'd get it today. So if I didn't get the positive result, I'd be fine. So about 6 o'clock, it hits about 6 o'clock that night, yesterday night, and I'm thinking, happy days, I haven't got a phone call. Like, I'm really starting to think I'm in the clear here. Like, if I had COVID, they would have texted me by now. So literally, I was like almost in celebration mode. Ordered an Indian to myself, which was balling out, because normally, like, you need 2 people to order an Indian, but I didn't care. I was like, I'll get an Indian. Ordered a big Indian takeaway. Got garlic naan, got a rice dish, got chicken korma. It was absolutely phenomenal. I've actually got leftovers for tonight. But I was eating my Indian. I had one of them wee weed drinks. I don't know if you've seen them before, the wee cannabis drinks. So I drank one of them. So I was kind of a wee bit stoned out. I had a couple of beers actually as well. So I was feeling nice. Like, the thought of COVID or having COVID wasn't even in my head. I had a funny movie on. It's called Bad Trip. Watch it. It's on Netflix. I actually need to finish it tonight. It's so funny. But I'm just sitting there watching the movie, and it must have been just after 10 o'clock. Next thing, my phone, I get a text message on my phone. I'm not even thinking about COVID at this stage. Like, I'm zoned out. Look at it. It was a scary looking text. It was like urgent from Alberta Health Services. It was like, I'll maybe fire the text up on the screen, but it was like, Connor, you have tested positive for COVID-19, and it's spelled positive in a caps locks. And like so it was just scary looking, but I immediately jumped up off my chair and just started really panicking, because I'm not too worried about me. Like, I already feel fine. Like, I'm not 100%, but I already feel fine. I'll be fine. I've never once been stressing about me getting sick. I'm just kind of starting to stress then, because you have to obviously go back to your close contacts and people you've been with. And I just hate the fact that me being sick has then impacted other people. Like, it really doesn't sit well with me. So I was panicking, and I was like, I was just freaking out about telling people, because obviously, I don't know, you just have this feeling inside you're going to tell someone that this has happened, and then they're going to be like annoyed at you or whatever, and you just feel guilty like just all these bad feelings. But anyway, I didn't have a whole. I'm obviously not going to tell here on YouTube who I had to text. I didn't have a whole load of people to text. It was very, very few. But I texted them. They were all like, they've all been really good about it. Like they've all really calmed me down. I still feel so bad about it, to be honest. Definitely going to try and make it up to them in a certain way. And I'm still worrying. I just hope everyone else is okay. Like that's my biggest worry. I just really, really hope that everyone else that I came into close contact with, because they say you have to contact people 2 days prior to feeling sick. So I felt sick on the Friday morning. That's when I got my first symptoms. So I had to contact anyone I was with on Thursday and Wednesday, which again wasn't many people. But yeah, I just had my fingers crossed over the next weeks, coming days and weeks. I'm actually not going to post any content until this is kind of all blown over. I just want to make sure everyone's okay and stuff before I post anything, because I don't want to be disrespectful in any way to anyone. I want to make sure people aren't sick and it doesn't like impact them too badly. But anyway, enough of that. So I got over that, and then this morning I woke up and my phone started going off. My first phone call was from someone. She was just basically giving me a heads up that I was going to be getting the phone. She was asking me, was it okay, first of all, and then she was giving me a heads up that a nurse was going to ring me to follow up on some questions. And then Alberta Health Services rang me about 20 minutes after that. They were looking at my close contact information, like where I'd been, who I'd been with, and also give them all that. Got that all sorted. I'd already contacted my close contacts. That was the first thing I'd done when I got the text the night before, so last night. So I'd already followed the procedure, but they were just double checking type of thing. And then I got a phone call from the nurse, and she was just asking me, was it okay all this year? I told them it was fine. Like they asked, do you have any underlying conditions? I told them I have asthma, but it's not really a big deal. That's another side effect I had. I know I talked about my symptoms already, but my chest was tight. But I've grew up with asthma my whole life, and my chest gets tight from time to time as the year goes on. Living out here in Banff, actually, for some reason, my asthma hasn't flared up hardly at all. I don't know if the atmosphere out here helps or what, but back home, growing up in Ireland, I used to get tight chests all the time, especially in the winter time. So it was something I was always used to. Looking back on it, in hindsight, it was definitely COVID that was making it tight and making it slightly harder to breathe. I just brushed it off, saying, oh, it was just like my asthma. But yeah, it was probably the COVID. It's still like a bit tight, but again, it's not really anything that I'm too worried about. So yeah, and then the nurse rang me and she went through all that, and then she was just letting me know exactly when I can come out of quarantine. See, that's the thing I'm going to have to worry about now, is this quarantine. I'm in a tiny room. I think if you've watched my videos, you've seen my room before. I'll give you the tour in a minute if you want, but it's a tiny room. There's not much going on here. I've got a window. I've got like a small window I can crack open, but yeah, not much fresh air gets in here, so it's going to be a bit of a grueler, as they say. I've got a friend, shout out Ray, who's hooking me up with groceries. I have to text him. Again, that's something I don't like. I hate texting people to be like, here, can you go get me like a week's worth of groceries? That's such a big job. It's not something I would obviously ever ask someone to do for me, like, but that feels weird. So big shout out, Dre, and just thanks so much and all. It really means a lot. But I still have to write my grocery list down and give it to him. He's going to come with groceries tomorrow. Apart from that, I need beer, actually. Dre, you're going to have to pick me up like 24-pack of beer. I haven't told you that yet, but you're going to have to get me some beer. Maybe some weed edibles or something, just anything to get me through this next week. I'm still feeling a bit bunged up. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. Honestly, I've got, like, apart from that, I feel fine. Like, I've got plenty of energy. I've done like I do like a wee press up and sit up routine. I started doing a few weeks back, so I've done it today, felt fine. I'm going to do that. I'm going to use it as a chance, I suppose, to cut down from the drinking, because I was doing a lot of drinking before Gareth left. Yeah, his last month, honestly, to be honest, there was a lot of drinking going on, so my body can use a break. I've went 5 nights already without drinking, which is the longest I've went in a while. So I'll probably not drink tonight. And yeah, I'll see how long ago. Maybe I'll do 2 weeks off the drink. Haven't done 2 weeks off the drink in years. I can't remember the last time I've done 2 weeks. So yeah, it could be good for me that way. Just trying to keep my head right. I've been FaceTiming a lot of people from back home, FaceTiming people here, I think that's an important thing when you're in a room this size by yourself. You need to keep talking to people, because if you just sit there on your phone, that's when it can get really depressing. But yeah, listen, I'm going to try and vlog the whole experience and stick a video of it on YouTube. Let me know in the comments if this helps at all for people that are going through COVID or whatever. I know it affects people differently, so I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, it was like don't worry about it, like it was fine. Obviously for me, like I'm 26, I'm young, I'm relatively healthy. Like for someone like me, it really was fine. Obviously it can affect people differently, especially older people and stuff. So yeah, I'm not really going to comment on that. But if you're 26 and you're healthy, and like odds are, I always knew, like looking at the statistics, like odds are like I'm going to be fine. I've never really sweated about it, but I just hope that anyone that I was in contact with are okay. That's my only worry right now, really. That and just getting through the next 10 days in quarantine. But yeah, that's why the videos have kind of slowed down the last couple of weeks, because of COVID, because of G leaving. I've got lots of good content coming, don't worry. Please like and subscribe as normal. See, to be honest, I just make these videos for me. I don't even really... Obviously, it's great, like people like enjoy them and stuff, and all, but I just make these videos so I can post them on YouTube and look back on them in 30 years time and laugh. Like, I enjoy making them anyway, so yeah, I'm just going to keep making them and fire them on YouTube. Don't really care too much what people think. Never really have cared too much what people think of me. Hopefully good or bad, whatever. But yeah, I'll give you another update maybe tomorrow or in a couple of days and let you know how the whole COVID-19 quarantine's going on.